Hello and welcome to Clearview Television. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Police arrest male teacher for kidnapping and killing 5-year-old pupil in KANO. Former head of state Abdul Salami Abubakar raises concerns over the federal government's plan to stop fuel subsidy payments. Our marriages must be recognized, gay couples tell Namibian courts. I am Nkiru Obuli. Welcome. Wonders they say shall never end. What will you make of a school teacher kidnapping his 5-year-old female pupil for a 6 million naira ransom? That's not all. Will you ever imagine that the teacher will even contemplate killing the innocent child, proceeding further to bury her in a shallow grave within the premises of the school? Well, that's the sad story of the 5-year-old girl Hanifa Abubakar, whose offense is going to school. Clearview TV's Imefon Okon has more on the rather chilling story.
The prime suspect in the kidnap and murder of 5-year-old pupil, Hanifa Abubakar, who was reported missing in Nasarawa local government area of KANO State, have made confessional statements and paraded before newsmen. The teacher and mastermind of the gruesome act, Abdul Malik Mohammed, narrated how he lured the little Hanifa to his house and made demands of 6 million naira from her parents. According to Abdul Malik Mohammed, as Hanifa's parent could not pay the full amount of the ransom demanded, he decided to poison the little girl and buried her in a shallow grave in the school premises.
Little Hanifa Abubakar was a pupil in the school where I teach. I had gone out with 2 of my friends to go and tell her that her father wants to see her, as a way of luring her to kidnap her. But Hanifa refuses to follow them on the ground that she doesn't know them. So I had to go myself to lure her. Thereafter, brought her to my house, where I left her with some of my family members. I then got in touch with the parents, notifying them that Hanifa had been kidnapped and demanded a ransom of 6 million before she can be freed. The parent could not rest and pay the ransom after some weeks. Then some teachers in the school came to look for her in my house. So when I realized that Hanifa recognized me as her teacher, I decided to give her rat poison. When she died of the poison, I took her corpse to the compound and buried her there. I buried her body here on December 20th, 2021. This is the spot where I buried the body.
On further interrogation, the teacher kidnapper and his accomplice in crime, Hashim Ishaku, took the police, journalists, and sympathizers to the spot they buried little Hanifa, where her decomposing body was exhumed amidst tears and emotions. What an agonizing moment for the girl's parents as they watched in disbelief the decomposing corpse of little Hanifa wrapped in a sack bag. Though the police said the suspect will be charged to court, the worry for now is, will there ever be justice for little Hanifa, whose life was cut short by a school teacher paid to educate her?
Alhamdulillah, na wurin da kuke gani?
Let's be sure of what it is. Shine wannan buhun?
Gashi nan buhun ne?
The Benue State government has raised the fine for impounded animals from 2,000 naira to 50,000 naira, with an additional 20,000 naira daily quarantine fee in the amended Open Grazing Prohibition and Ranching Establishment Law of 2022. Governor Samuel Otam, who disclosed this while signing the amended law, said failure to claim the animals after 7 days empowers the state Ministry of Agriculture to auction the animals in line with the law. He added that while other portions of the law remained as they were, another amended area covered the 7 days period of grace during which the confiscated livestock must be claimed by their owners or risk being auctioned. The Benue State government is the first to enact a law prohibiting open grazing in 2017. Akwa Ibom State government has commissioned the handing over to the Nigerian Police Force Special Protection Unit based in Ona local government area of the state to the Nigerian police authorities. Handing over the facilities to the Inspector General of Police, Usman Al-Ali, Governor Odom Emmanuel said his administration will continue to do all it can in order not to compromise the safety of lives and property in the state. In addition to building the police base, Governor Emmanuel announced the state government's donation of vehicles and gadgets to help enhance police operations.
IGP will agree with me that this is the best in the whole country, Nigeria, not only in the south side. And also still want to reassure all the security agencies in the state of our cooperation. Our brand new Toyota Hilux vehicles. And I want to assure you that the gadgets and communication equipment we've provided for this base, brand new, will also be launched and unveiled by you today. I want to believe with this in our society, within our community, police shall maintain the friendship.
100 apartments, all en suite with kitchenettes. The commandant's block with service quarters.
Receiving the donations, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Al-Ali, expressed gratitude to the state government for collaborating with the police in providing facilities to meet their operational needs. The police chief therefore called on all to emulate Akwa Ibom State government in offering assistance to security agencies to achieve efficiency in their operations.
Today's event is significant to the Nigeria Police and the internal security framework of Akwa Ibom State and the country in several ways. It is a legacy project which demonstrates the commitment of Governor Udom Emmanuel to the security well-being of the good people of Akwa Ibom State. It is only when leadership at all levels of governance in this country play their supportive roles in relation to the advancement of our internal security interests, one can only truly have the moral latitude to question efficiency of service delivery of the security agencies.
Una people are grateful and are happy to have you, that will work with you till the end of your tenure.
The Inspector General of Police announced a donation of a vehicle, arms, ammunition, and kits to the base with a promise to closely monitor the effective use of the security facility. The National Youth Service Corps has stated its commitment to the provision of enabling work environment and deployment of ICT infrastructure for optimal productivity. In a press statement, the NYC boss said the scheme would not tolerate unethical practices that can compromise its operations or tarnish its image. NYC Director General Major General Shaib Ibrahim stated this in his address at the training workshop for heads of core discipline and reward held in Abuja. General Ibrahim said the workshop was designed to impart on participants the modern trends in the world of information technology and also equip them better for their responsibilities as regards the operations of the NYC integrated platform. The Director General added that management will continue to ensure that core members have a stress-free service here, while he urged the workshop participants to avail themselves of the new technological trends. The Director, Information, Communications and Technology, Mrs. Christy Uba, added that the scheme would continue to leverage on its achievements in ICT solutions and would achieve more. She said the introduction of NYC integrated system and the NYC operations over 7 years ago has greatly unified, simplified, and ensured effective digitization of operations of critical NYC departments, state secretariats, zonal offices, and local government areas as it affects core members' activities throughout the service year. A presidential aspirant of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in the 2023 general elections, Bola TINUBU, has visited MINNA, the Niger State capital. Addressing journalists, TINUBU said he met with former military president Ibrahim Babangida, who prayed for success for his presidential ambition. The APC chieftain and former Lagos State governor said his mission to the North Central state was part of his consultations to brighten his chances of succeeding President Muhammadu Buhari, whose tenure will expire next year. According to TINUBU, consultations were still ongoing and he would not stop seeking extensive consultations before the 2023 general elections. The French trial of Professor Ignatius Udoka, a lecturer of the University of Uyo, commenced on Thursday at the Akwa Ibom State High Court 9 sitting in Uyo, the state capital. Udu faces a 3-count charge bordering on publishing and announcing fake electoral results. The case was filed by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) against Professor Udoka, who was engaged by the commission as the collation and returning officer for the Esin Udim State Constituency on March 9, 2019 governorship and House of Assembly elections. INEC had charged 2 University of Uyo professors engaged as ad hoc staff to court for electoral fraud.
Cross-examination has begun. The basis for my requesting for the document was predicated on the fact that the document was listed as a document to be used at trial. Whether they will use it or they will not use it, it's left for the defense to even see it. First off, before any other interpretation or meaning to be read to the content of the document. But my Lord has ruled already on the matter, and that kind of settles it, at least for now.
I'm a private legal practitioner. I don't work in the Attorney General's chambers, and I cannot give what I don't have. I've given him what I have, and it is high time we inform everyone to pay attention to the method of recruitment of our political leaders. The year 2023 is coming, it's fast approaching, so all eyes should be on this matter to ensure that proper thing has been done, and that whomever commits any infraction of the electoral process, any of our electoral laws, or acts contrary to his rules of engagement, such person should have his day in court, as is being done today in Akwa Ibom State. So we should commend what Akwa Ibom State is doing, what INEC is doing, and that this is the only way we can rid our electoral process of fraud, manipulation, and falsification. That is just all we have come to do here, to ventilate our complaints before the court and let justice be done. That's all.
While one of the professors, Peter Ogban, was convicted and sentenced to 3 years imprisonment, Professor Udoka's case suffered repeated adjournments. The trial judge, Justice Basi Nkanan, thereafter adjourned the case to January 25 for the continuation of cross-examination. We'll go on a short break and bring you more reports when we return. Please stay with us.
Listen to this truth. We are growing by the day, and our viewership keeps growing on our different platforms. We are inviting you to advertise your goods and services with us at incredibly low rates. And do you have news for us? Script or video? Please contact us through our email address, clearviewnewsroom@gmail.com, or WhatsApp line 080-650-30-300. Again, 080-650-30-300. Welcome on board.
You're welcome back. Former head of state Abdul Salami Abubakar has raised concerns over the planned removal of fuel subsidy. General Abdul Salami, who spoke at the 19th Daily Trust Summit in Abuja, said the country is facing challenges on multiple fronts and a fuel subsidy removal will only compound the situation. The federal government has said its plans to discontinue the payment of fuel subsidy by June, but the move has been rejected by several stakeholders, including the Nigeria Labour Congress. Meanwhile, Chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum, Kayode says the decision to remove or retain fuel subsidy is not in the hands of the state governors. Governor Fayemi made the remark during a press briefing after a meeting of the governors. The Ekiti State Governor said the forum has concluded plans to engage the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress on how best to address this issue without causing any disaffection, but with a view to salvaging the Nigerian economy for the Nigerian people. However, he argued that the decision was not one for the governors to make. With Clearview TV set to make you, our viewers, more relaxed and entertained, let's now join Mercy Eke on our entertainment segment.
Working for me. I can testify cause he's working in me. You say working for me. It's working for me. Working for me.
Hello and welcome to our entertainment segment where we get to bring you juicy stories from the entertainment industry. Don't forget, I am Mercy Eke. Okay, recall last time I told you that Clearview TV, being a news-based station, is diversifying by bringing in new content and concepts that will help you, our viewers, more relaxed and entertained while watching the news. So, to fulfill that, I have with me today in the studio no other person than DJ Penny.
Hello.
DJ Penny, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, DJ Penny, please, you tell me a brief history about yourself. What kind of gospel song do you sing? Is it a rap, hip hop, pop, anyone?
Okay, like I do tell people, I say anytime you hear DJ Penny, just know you're expecting vibes. It's vibes on vibes. That is, we call it, it's Afrobeat to say, but in the CHH movement, which is Christian hip hop, we call it urban movement. The urban movement, which means the up tempo, which means the danceable Afrobeats that we generally know, but we call it the urban movement. But for now, I kind of like, not like I'm changing, but I love the Afrobeat, but I think I'm feeling the Amapiano more these days, so it's kind of like cool.
Okay, so what's your latest album so far?
Okay, I think for album, I released an album that's 1 year now. I think 1 year yesterday or 2 days ago. But the recent track is an EP, a combination that I did, 4-track EP. What I did was to get different genre of music together. I'm talking about the Amapiano. I like Amapiano. Amapiano, Afrobeat, R&B, and this gyration beats, this organic beats. Yeah.
So what's your hit track?
Depending on, okay, let's say the one that people have been vibing to more. So truth be told, it's gonna be like Testify. But you know, there's when you have your hit song that everybody likes and the hit song that you feel like they're supposed to like. So I feel like the hit song is actually Testify that they like, and I feel like the one they're supposed to like is Caution.
Okay, so in a world where most DJs are male, how do you feel being a female among DJs and gospel DJ at that?
Okay, I think I was the first female gospel DJ, but I think we're having other persons that have been coming through. I mean, in Nigeria, because outside Nigeria, we had some other persons. But we're having so many DJs that have been coming through and they are doing excellently well. But for the comparison between the male and the female, I think I've gotten those situations whereby people come and say, oh, okay, female DJ, all right, gospel, okay, let's see. So it's like you have to double your hustle, kind of like.
I can relate to that. I understand. Thank you, DJ Penny.
Thank you so much.
I hope I'm going to see more of you.
Yeah, hopefully. By God's grace, we're going to be here turning up vibes on vibes. Even if you don't see me on this station, you see me online.
Hopefully. Thank you very much. Okay, don't forget, I am Mercy Eke. Over to you, Nkiru.
The blessing so much, she didn't reach my domot. That life was so hard, I can say it was easy to break my head with coconut. Papa got show face, and he took away my pain, surely no rock. And the grace life cruise, no roadblock. I speak words on the chill, no eyes.
And from entertainment to the foreign scene, Namibia's High Quarters ruled against 2 gay couples fighting for recognition of their marriages, even though the judge in the case said she agreed with their position. Daniel Degashu and Johan Potgieter married in South Africa and Anita Sila Lillis in Germany. Both couples now live in Namibia, where the legal system does not recognize same-sex marriages. Sexual conduct among non-heterosexual couples is also criminalized, though the law is rarely enforced. Outside the court, Christian activists carried banners with the inscription, "Marriage is between a man and a woman." But inside, Judge Haniel Lee Prince Lu was saying it is high time that the Namibia's constitution reflected social reality. The couples argue that the word spouse in Namibian immigration law should include same-sex couples or the clause be declared non-constitutional. The judge said she agreed but was bound by a more than 20-year-old Supreme Court ruling that says Namibia does not recognize same-sex relationships. Annette Sila Lili said the decision was disappointing, but that there was room for change. She said they will now discuss an appeal and were grateful for the support they had received from many in the Namibian community. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Thursday said he had not seen evidence of allegations of blackmail or intimidation by his staff after claims made by a lawmaker who has called for his resignation. Asked about lawmaker William Rugg's position that whips had threatened to withdraw public funds from the constituencies of lawmakers who are thought to want him out of office, Johnson told reporters he had seen no evidence, heard no evidence to support any of these allegations, echoing an earlier statement from his office. Rugg referred to the work of government whips, parliamentary enforcers whose job is to ensure conservative lawmakers back government policy and stay in line. Johnson is said to have ignored a warning from his principal private secretary that the May 2020 party at Downing Street should not go ahead due to the general COVID-19 lockdown.
I've seen no evidence, heard no evidence to support any of those allegations, Anushka, and what I'm focused on is what we're doing to deal with the number one priority of the British people, which is coming through COVID, and we've made enormous progress thanks to the vaccine rollout, fastest in Europe. The booster campaign has enabled us to open up. We're moving back to status quo ante, back to Plan A, opening up our economy. We've got the most open economy in society in Europe. But I just got to tell you, I'm focused on what I think is the number one issue for the British people, and it is clearing the COVID backlogs, but also looking at what we can do with new techniques. And so diagnostics is so much part of the delay. If you need treatment, if you have you're worried about cancer, you need to get a screen or a scan. And what is happening is too often people are simply being delayed because they can't get it in time. Now,
Johnson also warned Russia that any kind of incursion into Ukraine will be a disaster for the world, adding that London stood squarely behind the sovereignty and integrity of Ukraine.
As you know, there was a what they call a quint discussion. So France, Germany, Italy, UK, and the United States about this. And look, be in no doubt that if Russia were to make any kind of incursion into Ukraine of any on any scale, whatever, I think that would be a disaster for not just for Ukraine, but for Russia. It would be a disaster for the world. And the UK stands squarely behind the sovereignty and integrity of Ukraine.
U.S. President Joe Biden had said on Wednesday that he expected Russian President Vladimir Putin to launch some kind of action and appeared to suggest Washington and its allies could argue over the response if Moscow stopped short of a major invasion. And that's all on the news, but before we go, a quick recap of our main stories. Men of the Nigeria police in KANO have arrested 2 suspects in connection with the kidnapping and killing of a 5-year-old girl, Hanifa Abubakar. The male suspects, Abdul Malik Tanko, aged 30, and one Hashim Isiaku, aged 37, had in December 2021 kidnapped the child in Dakata quarters Nasarawa local government area of Kano State and demanded a ransom of 6 million naira. Having realized that the victim recognized one of them as her teacher, they claim to have poisoned her to death. Former head of state Abdul Salami Abubakar has raised concerns over the planned removal of fuel subsidy. The federal government had said it plans to discontinue the payment of fuel subsidy by June, but the move is being resisted by several stakeholders, including the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC. And reports from Namibia say a high court has ruled against two gay couples fighting for recognition of their marriages. They married in South Africa and Germany. Both couples now live in Namibia, where the legal system does not recognize same-sex marriages. Sexual conduct among non-heterosexual couples is also criminalized, though the law is rarely enforced. Remember to like us on Facebook, Clearview Television. Follow us on Twitter at Clearview Online. Follow us on Instagram at ClearviewTV_Angie. And also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Clearview TV. Thanks for watching. I am Nkiru Obuli.